All right, I want to talk about how I outreach as a copywriter. This is coming from someone who has made $4.4 thousand this month as a copywriter. I'm just going to tell you kind of how I think of outreach and the things that have worked for me. I can only speak for myself. I can only speak based on my experience getting clients. So that's what I'm going to talk about. I have three buckets of acquiring clients, and that's how I view it. In bucket one, that is my personal brand. So my personal brand is what you're watching me on right now. It's my YouTube channel, my Instagram account, my Twitter, my school community. Now, those personal brand is videos and tweets and posts are speaking to a very specific audience. I'm in the self-help niche, and if you go check them out and just snoop around a bit, you don't have to follow or anything. But if you look at the tone of voice that I'm speaking to people in, you can understand what type of clients I'm trying to attract. And so my personal brand gives me authority over on sales calls, over on direct messages. And I'll tell you in a second how to set up your profile to actually attract clients. But that personal brand brings me clients to me. People, I don't have to send them outreach. They come to me. They say, hey, I've been loving what you've been doing. Let's hop on a call. Let's connect. You may be able to help me. And that's happened multiple times. I have a client right now that's how it went down. It's exactly how it went down. Bucket number two, again, bucket number one was the personal brand. In bucket number two, this is paid traffic. This is paid marketing. I typically use Upwork, but I've also used Facebook ad campaigns. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to talk about Upwork and my experience. For paid traffic, if you're going to spend any money acquiring a client, let it be Upwork, and here's why. It is straight hot leads. These business owners are posting a job on a website and saying, this is what I need. Can you do it? If you can, you apply to it. You send them a good enough reason why you can. You send them your portfolio. And sure enough, you will get that job. I mean, all those business owners are looking for is one, for cheap labor, but also they want someone that can actually do the job. And if you're a beginner, that's the best place to start. And even in the more intermediate expert stage, Upwork pays out very well. I'm getting paid $20 an hour for certain projects. So it's absolutely a viable option to choose Upwork. Bucket number three, this one's the most important, is cold DMing and cold outreach. I think this is where a lot of people are at as well. So kind of above cold DMing, I'm going to put cold email. Cold email for myself, I have a software I use, it's called Instantly, and it's sending email campaigns while I'm sleeping. However, when I'm awake, it's cold DMing. I send cold DM day to day for an hour a day. That's where a lot of you guys are probably at as well. And so here is kind of my process. It's pretty straightforward, and it's broken down into three simple steps. Step one, I compliment. I say, hey, been loving your content you've been posting. It looks great. After that initial compliment, I then move into trying to prod. I'm trying to get an understanding of where they're at with their business. Usually a question around how are you able to stay consistent? What is your writing process like? How is that website, that funnel converting? And when you start asking questions like that, especially as a business owner myself, people love to talk about themselves. They love to talk about their business. And so when you ask questions like that, you stand out from the crowd. And not a lot of people are doing that. They kind of just pitch, hey, I've been doing copywriting for 5 years. Hey, here's my Google portfolio. Hey, here's some examples I wrote for you. That has never worked for me. It gets opens, it gets responses, but it hasn't gotten me a client. And again, starting with a compliment and then moving into asking them a very specific question and then pitching them. That's the order that I follow. That's the order that's helped me the most in getting clients. In that pitching section of the message, it's only 3 messages. In that third message, I state my offer. I tell them what I think I can bring to the table. If you don't have results, then you can't make an offer. So instead, what you need to do is write them and do that high value outreach, okay? I think someone like KJ Rennie talks about it, where you create high value outreach. I mean, you literally send them a couple script examples and you keep feeding them until they're like, all right, bro, I'll pay you. That absolutely works. And if you're just starting out, that's the only way that I've found that really works to get clients, okay? Now, if you're still watching, this is the even more important part for cold DMing. Having a verified check mark, as well as a good profile picture, and I'd even add in their posts on the account. I can't even stress this enough. This is so important. If there's one thing you take away from this video, please let it be this. When you send someone a message, they will click on your profile and visit your page. A lot of people that I get outreach to have a black profile picture. They have no verified check mark. They have no content on their page. Fix those three things. Have a professional profile picture, have content on your page, have a blue check mark. Your response rate will go up to 30 to 40% for a response rate. I'm not even talking about your open rate. My open rate right now is around 50 or 60%. 60%, I'll say 55%. 55% of the time, it's a coin flip. 50-50 is essentially that they're gonna open my message, and then it drops to around 30, 40% that they'll actually respond. But that's insane. That is very good. And it's because I have what I feel is a good profile picture. I have a good account setup. I have I have videos on the account, and I have a blue verified check mark. My open rate's gonna be higher than yours. Like, that's just how it is. So that's kind of my outreach template. That's kind of my system for acquiring clients. As far as my account goes, I think anyone watching this video, you need to do the same and you need to stand out. I mean, if you're just sending from a profile with like some movie character as the profile picture, it's gonna be tough for people to take you seriously. When people start seeing that you have a couple thousand views, you got a couple hundred views, I mean, help me understand, like, ask yourself, would you hire you? Would you hire me by looking at my social media accounts? Would you? The answer is probably yes. You may say, well, you look kind of like a beginner, but the reality is I just have more leverage over most people, and nobody can compete with that. Well, people can, and people obviously do post on there, but those are the guys that are getting the clients. That's my competition. My competition probably isn't that beginner with that black profile picture. My competition is guys who are making $5,000, $10,000 a month, who have a personal brand. That's my competition now. I'm in a whole different pool, right? So put yourself in that pool as well. If you need help, with finding how to even start, because I know it's overwhelming, I recommend checking out communities. I have a free one if you need, but don't think that because I'm promoting it, you need to join it. It's completely free. But find someone or somewhere that you can just kind of spit ideas out. You can hop on calls with. That's why I have the community. So those are a couple of the kind of systems I use and I've set up to get clients. Now, I hope this video was helpful. I know it's a bit of a longer one, but I think it's important to understand outreach. I do want to show you visually like how I outreach and maybe do some sort of challenge. If you guys have ideas for videos, if you want to see something, leave a comment, reach out to me over on Instagram. Whenever you send me an idea, I write it down on these sticky notes. So yeah, that's all I got for the video. I really hope this helped. I don't see enough people talking about it. I think it's going to help you a ton. See you soon.